Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Year Awards. The awards show that awards the best years throughout the years. And the best year of the 2010s is 2012. Recently, people have been talking about the best game of the 2010s, seeing as that period is ending now in 2020. And the best memes of the 2010s that exists too, but I'm going to talk about the games. I'm going to see what my personal opinion on this is by looking at that year's general Game of the Year nominations and picking my favourite. Then I choose my favourite from that list. Now remember, this video is very opinionated, so don't start a fight in the comments because I said Cars 2 is the best game of the 2010s. That said, let's go and talk about my opinion. Starting with 2010, the general Game of the Year nominees were Mass Effect 2, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Red Dead Redemption, Halo Reach, and God of War 3. Donkey Kong Country Returns wasn't nominated, but is a highlight, except for the motion controls. So play it on 3DS please, just play it on 3DS, thank you. New Super Mario Bros. Wii came out, marking the start of a bit much, but Mario Galaxy 2 is probably my favourite, or at least the game I played most from this list, which shows how little of the actual nominees I play. 2011's general nominees were Batman Arkham City, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Uncharted 3, Portal 2, and Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. What a year! Sonic Generations is one of my favourite modern Sonic games. Super Mario 3D Land is basically the only game on 3DS which made use of the 3D. The levels aren't amazing or anything, but good enough for handheld play. I'm hopefully going to make a full video about Skyrim one day, so let's just go past that. LA Noire is a game I really need to finish. I played it and I liked it, but I never finished it. Rayman Origins looks and plays great, but my game of the year is probably Sonic Generations. It's the best modern Sonic game. 2012 was boring. The nominees were Dishonored, The Walking Dead, Halo 4, Journey, and Fez. Fez is probably the one I played most, and it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but Game of the Year material? New Super Mario Bros. U and 2 released, which is about all they did. Sticker Star is a sin against humanity. Gravity Rush is fun, but I never really got into it. Ridiculous Uprising? This year was very difficult because I even haven't played the game, it wasn't that good to begin with, or I don't think it's good enough for Game of the Year material. If I had to pick, probably Journey. A very good looking game with a big world. " 2013 improves in every way to 2012 because actual games came out that year. General nominees were The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, The Last of Us, Bioshock Infinite, Gone Home, Super Mario 3D World, Dota 2, Tomb Raider, and Grand Theft Auto 5. I like myself some Tomb Raider from time to time, but my game of the year would be either The Last of Us, Bioshock Infinite, or Grand Theft Auto 5. I really like The Last of Us, but once you've played it, you kinda don't want to play it again. I think Bioshock Infinite is great, but its gameplay can get repetitive after a while. The Last of Us tells a great story that is easy to understand. My game of the year is GTA 5. I like the other nominees, but the open world of GTA 5 is just so much more compelling to me. I just like messing around, and GTA has an online mode, which is also infinitely replayable. 2014 had a ton of great games, which made it very difficult to pick my personal favourite. Nominees were Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, Shovel Knight, Hearthstone, Bayonetta 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. Mario Kart 8 came out this year and is still my second favourite Mario Kart game, the first being Double Dash. Shovel Knight is a game that I really enjoyed, and it's one of the best indie games I've ever played, but I'm not sure about Game of the Year. Smash 4 is good, but it's just not as good as Ultimate is. Dragon Age Inquisition is literally the meaning of a dead game. I have not heard about this game since it came out. But my game of the year is probably Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It's one of the best 2D platforms out there. 2015. Yeah, it's Mario Maker. General nominees were Bloodborne, Metal Gear Solid 5, Fallout 4, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Super Mario Maker. I like The Witcher 3, it looks great and has good gameplay, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is also very fun, but you can make your own levels in Mario Maker. Even though Mario Maker 2 is out now, Mario Maker 1 is still my favourite game of 2015. 2016 was a year alright, not a good one, but it was a year. Well okay, some good games came out this year, but Nintendo's offerings were garbage at best. General nominees were Doom 2016, Titanfall 2, Overwatch, Uncharted 4, XCOM 2, The Witness and Inside. A bunch of good indies this year. You can see that years with indies are pretty light on AAAs. Anyway, The Witness was a good puzzler that I got stuck on at the 4th level. Uncharted 4 is long, and Doom is one of the best shooters I've played, given I don't play many shooters, but it's a good one. Kirby Planet Robobot is good, but it's Kirby Planet Robobot. Wait, Ratchet & Clank got a remake this year. I really like Ratchet & Clank, so that's probably my game of the year. 2017, Mario Odyssey. 2018, okay, let's look on to 2017. It was an amazing year for gaming, especially for the platformer. General nominees were Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, Super Mario Odyssey, and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. PUBG didn't really count because it was still in beta, but they said let's add it anyway. Persona was great, but it didn't really have that same appeal that Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and Zero Dawn had. Speaking of which, it was a great game, but I personally enjoyed Odyssey and Breath of the Wild a lot more. Breath of the Wild has an amazingly large open world, and Odyssey is my favourite 3D Mario game. There were a ton of great games this year, more than it could count. 2018 was a bit light on releases, but it had Smash Ultimate, so I'm happy. General nominees were Spider-Man, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Celeste. Celeste was an amazing 2D platformer, and I enjoyed Red Dead 2 and God of War as much as most people, but as I said, Smash Ultimate came out this year and it's really solid. So that's my favourite game of 2018. 2019 gave us a sequel to Mario Maker. General nominees were Death Stranding, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Outer Wilds and Control. I barely played any of these. Luigi's Mansion 3 was a bit of a silent hit. I love it, but I never really played it after completion. But Super Mario Maker 2 is my game of the year. It even has a good chance at being my game of the decade. Speaking of which, now my game of the decade. The runners-up are Super Mario Galaxy 2, Sonic Generations, Journey, Grand Theft Auto 5, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Super Mario Maker, Ratchet & Clank, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Super Mario Maker 2. Now this was a tough decision for me. My favourite games in a row basically. Oh okay, it's Mario Maker 2. The others are great, but to be honest I played most of Mario Maker 2 and it's just something that really appeals to me. Now what's your favourite game of the decade? Put in the comments, I'm legitimately interested. It might actually make me remember a game that I really should have put in this list and didn't.
What about now? It's time to rock with the big.
Thanks for watching to the end. I hear rumours that if you like and subscribe, you'll get a cookie. I don't know about you, but I'm doing it right away.
Bumble. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bump.